We all have that one thing we've always wanted to do: picking up a guitar, finally figuring out that expensive camera, or mapping out a business plan. But the distance between wanting to learn and actually starting is often filled with friction. Private tutors are expensive, schedules are tight, and the sheer volume of information available can make the first step feel like a guess. Now, you can access a dedicated tutor and study partner 24 hours a day, exactly when you need them, without ever booking an appointment or paying a per-hour fee. People often assume artificial intelligence is reserved for software engineers writing complex code, but its most practical application is sitting right here in our everyday lives, helping people study and practice more effectively. Turning a dream into a skill requires a structured roadmap. By using AI to generate that plan on demand, you can move past the planning phase and get straight to the actual work. If you decide to learn graphic design, the first obstacle is the blank page. Without a guide, you're likely to waste hours just trying to figure out which software to open first. Instead of searching for random tutorials, you can use an AI as an architect to draw up a custom curriculum. It takes the broad subject and organizes it into a sequence designed for a complete beginner. You give it a specific instruction: create a beginner's 30-day roadmap for learning graphic design, with exactly 30 minutes of study per day. The AI then translates that broad roadmap into a practical study schedule. It identifies exactly what to read and which tools to practice, fitting the lessons into the specific time you have available. When a dense subject is broken down into these daily milestones, the initial hurdle of choice paralysis becomes manageable. You aren't spending your limited study time deciding what to do. You're just doing it. Curious. Once you start, you'll eventually hit a wall of technical jargon. If you're trying to understand the stock market, for example, the industry terminology can make even simple concepts feel inaccessible. Your AI tutor acts as a translator here. You can ask it to strip away the complexity by using a prompt like, "Explain how index funds work like I am 12 years old." This creates a back-and-forth conversation rather than a one-way lecture. If a specific comparison doesn't click, you can ask for a different example or a follow-up explanation immediately. This speeds up your comprehension because the information is tailored to your current level of understanding, rather than forcing you to decode a generic textbook. Reading is only the first half of the process. To actually acquire the skill, you have to move into the active phase, especially if you're preparing for something high stakes, like a job interview. To sharpen your recall, the AI generates custom practice materials. It can produce targeted flashcards, generate short quizzes, or specific logic challenges to identify exactly which parts of the material you haven't mastered yet. It also provides objective feedback on your work. You submit a draft, and the AI provides instant, objective feedback, analyzing the structure and highlighting weak messaging. Then it shifts to an active participant. By adopting a persona, it simulates the real-world interactions you're preparing for. You can ask it to play the role of a difficult customer in a sales simulation or a hiring manager in a mock interview, forcing you to respond to unexpected questions in real time. This creates a safe environment for repetition. The AI is endlessly patient and objective, meaning you can practice the same difficult conversation dozens of times until the responses become second nature. This transforms practice from a solitary, theoretical exercise into a dynamic process that builds actual muscle memory before you ever face a real-world audience. Digital prep eventually leads to the final stage, graduating from the screen to apply your knowledge in the physical world. This is where study becomes action, whether that's using your new design skills to brand a business or applying gardening principles to your own backyard. In an economy that shifts quickly, the ability to learn how to learn is a significant advantage. Those who use AI to streamline their education can acquire new expertise and pivot between fields much faster than traditional study allowed. An AI cannot do the literal work for you. You still have to put in the hours. However, it helps ensure your effort is directed toward the most effective methods, rather than being lost to inefficient study habits. The historical barriers of cost and location that once restricted high-level coaching are lower than they have ever been. The tools are ready. The only question left is, what skill will you start learning today?